Hello Libra, thank you for joining me for your weekly tarot, and this one is for, let me see if I can remember, the 23rd to the 30th of September. There we go, I managed it. Right, so just so that you're all aware, there has been someone out there who has been cloning my channel, so please make sure that you're watching my readings on my channel, which is Phoenix Keia Tarot, okay? So if you find my readings randomly popping up on a randomly named YouTube channel, such as Nina Tarot or anything like that, then it's going to be stolen content. Okay, so we are going to take a look. What is your guys' situation? What's going on in your inner world? Your blind spot? Anything that's working against you but is working for you? And of course, healing and guidance messages at the end. Now, this is a really interesting one because you've got negotiation as being your situation, and then you've got control as the strongest overall energy. So you can see straight away the discrepancies that's coming through, yeah? Negotiation and control. Situation. Somebody is trying to I feel like they're trying to dominate the conversation, or they're trying to dominate over you, or they're trying to flex something, and it's not quite the flex that they think it is, right? The message here, Libra, is for you to pull back control of what's going on in your own life, and the way to do that is through some sort of negotiation. You have, I mean, all of the air signs, especially you guys, Libra, you have this incredible ability to be able to articulate your words very carefully, to demystify, using words, certain situations. Okay. And so that then translates into your ability to be able to pretty much speak to anybody, right? Because you've got this very open and leveled world view, right? So with this negotiation, I am seeing this as being a very powerful week for you guys, because here's the thing. And you must not abuse this power, whatever you do. I'm going to tell you what it is. You must not use it for anything bad, right? Because it can so easily be used for, you know, the wrong things. This week, Libra, you have the ability to speak things into existence. But not only that, you have this power, let's call it what it is because it's a power, to get others to see things from your point of view, from your perspective, okay? Others, I feel, are going to be looking to you as some sort of maybe spokesperson, something like that. What I really want to tell you here, Libra, is do not abuse this power, or do not misuse this power to be able to get other people on your side. Okay. You can see how easily something like that can be, do you know what I mean? Let's not get too deep into it, right? Because you know exactly what I'm saying. It's a lot like charisma. And I do feel that you have got a lot of charisma this week to be able to get other people to listen to you. And I mean, really listen to you, right? Someone with charisma, they can use that for good, but they can equally and easily use that for bad as well. Just think of cult leaders. Do you see where I'm going with that? That's why I'm saying, Libra, use this power wisely. Use it for good. Okay, I'm sure you will. But, you know, these reads are general. Okay, even if only 100 people watch this reading, for all I know, 50 out of those 100 could be like, oh yeah, you know, let's do some mischief with this. Do you know what I mean? So, there it is. That's the situation. You have power. Use it very wisely. Let's take a closer look into this negotiation. Right, so can you tell us more for Libra, please? Can you tell us more for this negotiation situation? Oh, interesting. Five of Pentacles and the Empress. So, again, these two, they're quite opposite to each other, right? You got the Five of Pentacles, which is lack energy. It's struggle, not having enough, not being enough, not doing enough, right? Five of Pentacles. And then you've got this hyper fertile, super abundant energy with the Empress here. So when you combine the two together, and even though on the surface it looks like a contradiction, what this combination's actually saying is, Libra, you are going to be able to help out a lot of people because you have pulled yourself up from the darkest depths with this Five of Pentacles. If you imagine Five of Pentacles is rock bottom. Okay. You've had to pull yourself up from rock bottom. Not just once, not just twice, but multiple times. So this week, I feel strongly like you're going to be helping others to guide them out of this rock bottom. Okay, so your inner world achievement, yeah. Being very successful with that. Because your intent is good, it's honest, it's true with that Empress energy. If you take a closer look at this achievement, so that one's Sun in Capricorn energy. This one wants to come out here. The Seven of Cups reversed, no confusion. Very channeled energy, very focused. So stay focused this week, Libra, okay? Stay focused. They're also saying as well for you to narrow down your workload, okay? Focus fire on one thing at a time instead of trying to tackle lots of things at the same time. The Hierophant and the Seven of Swords. Okay. You're challenging someone's preset beliefs here. I also kind of feel that something else is going on with this Hierophant. If you just give me a minute, I need to find out what this Hierophant is. What's this Hierophant? Because there's something a little bit tricky going on with that one. What's this Hierophant for Libra's inner world, please? The Three of Cups and the High Priestess that's come out squiffy. Okay. You're definitely challenging someone this week, Libra. But it's not a negative, right? It's not immediately a negative. Because I'm hearing you saying to someone, oh, come on, you don't really believe that now, do you? Right? I feel that what's going on here, Libra, is someone has got these strange preconceived ideas about who you are. And that's not actually the truth of who you are at all. And I'm seeing you having this conversation with that individual. And you're going, oh, come on now, you don't really believe that now, do you? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Why would you think that? What made you think that about me? What's this Seven of Swords? Because there's a reconciliation here that's going on with this energy. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. That's give and take. There's equality, fairness, balance, and the Empress. Yeah, so that you're putting your point of view forward, Libra. And you're actually being listened to as well. which is, again, is really, really nice to see, especially in this day and age. Just open the curtain, let a little bit more light in, because I don't know if you've noticed, out there in the wild these days, everything's a little bit crazy. Everyone's kind of finding reasons and finding excuses to hate each other, right? And you're able to actually speak sense to people this week, and to make them see, do you know what I mean, where they have been incorrect in their assumptions. Interesting. What's in your blind spot? Egotism. Someone has a huge issue with their ego. Let's take a look. What's this? Thank you. Temperance reversed. Okay. Listen, Libra. You are triggering someone this week. Okay. Temperance reversed, that's someone who's got a very short temper. That's someone who lives in excess. They are incredibly disruptive, very, very chaotic type person. They like having this illusion of being in control. It's someone who seeks having control over others. It's someone who does not play fair. They always go to the extremes. They're very, very reckless, very hasty, and they've got a lot of healing work to do on themselves, right? This is someone who much prefers to shift the blame. So what we see going on for you guys this week, Libra, is you're the voice of reason, clearly. You do have a lot of power, control, influence, the ability to make people listen to you, not because you shout, but because you speak words of substance. Someone doesn't like that. Someone doesn't like the fact that you have this influence, that you are able to make others think. Somebody doesn't like that. They're far too in their ego. What's going on with this ego and temperance reversed for Libra, please? Yeah, the Hangman. I'm hearing that you're going to have to, I hate to say it, walk away from that person, Libra. Okay, you're going to have to let them go. Because obviously you cannot force others to listen, right? They're either going to listen or they're not. It's going to be one or the other. You cannot force them to listen. So with this one, because I'm getting the message of sacrifice, right? Sometimes sacrifices do need to be made, is what's coming through here. And you're not going to be able to help everybody. And more specifically, you cannot help anyone who does not want to help themselves. And clearly, because this individual, because this individual, they could be a Leo, a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Pisces, or a Sagittarius. They don't have to be. That's just the dominant signs that are coming through. They don't actually want to be helped. You want to know why? Because being a victim is what's working for them. Being a victim is what suits them. That's why they don't really want your help. They don't really want anyone's help. Because being a victim suits them. Right? That's what happens when someone's stuck in their ego. And they can't level out that ego. Everybody needs that little bit of ego, right? It just means sense of self. This one either has a severely underdeveloped ego or a severely overdeveloped ego. Either way, them being a victim is what suits them. So you're not going to be able to help them. So that's why Spirit's saying, you know what, Libra, sometimes sacrifices do need to be made, and you are going to have to walk away from that particular individual, from that situation. Because for as long as they're stuck in their ego, even with your skills and your powers, you're still not going to be able to speak sense to them. Because they don't want it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to listen to it. Because anything that challenges their own worldview, right? They can't cope with that. And you know that deep down. You know that because it's in your own inner world. It's in your own inner energy. So when you think back at all the times when you had your own worldview challenged, your initial response to that might well have been anger, upset, frustration. So you can kind of see a little bit of where this person's coming from, but what doesn't make sense to you is how they're so utterly rigid and how they're so utterly determined on staying in this victim mindset. You cannot help everyone, you cannot heal everyone, you cannot rescue everyone, no matter how powerful you are, Libra. Okay. So it's working against you at this time. Fulfillment. That's a strange thing to be working against a person. Let's find out more. Why is this fulfillment what is working against Libra? Oh, because that's what gives them a sense of fulfillment. It gives them a sense of purpose. So this is someone who, being a victim, is their only purpose in life. And in their opinion, you're trying to take that away from them. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time for you to change up tack. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is a seed. So plant your seeds elsewhere in order for them to grow. Okay. Can you tell us more about what is working against Libra at this time, please? Not all seeds that you plant will grow. And that's a fact. You can give it your best shot. You can, have all the best intentions in the world. Not all of the seeds that you sow are going to grow into anything. Sometimes seeds, they can be inert, right? In spite of all of your best efforts. Yeah, Five of Swords. Exactly. That Spirit coming through, reinforcing that message about the inert energy. Okay. Sometimes you just get duff seeds that are non-fertile. So you must not allow that to affect how fulfilled you feel within yourself. Okay. Not everything's going to work out the first time. Not everything's going to be a massive, massive success. Okay. What's this Five of Swords? Nice. Nine of Cups. But then you've got these squiffy energies. Page of Wands and the Two of Wands. And they've both come out squiffy. Okay. There's a lack of ambition here. I do get the impression that somebody is incredibly lazy. Not you, Libra. This is this energy over here. Incredibly lazy. I feel like you've tried to point out all possible solutions for them, and they just keep coming back at you with more problems, right? Again, it's that perpetual victim mode. They come at you, they whinge and moan about a problem, you offer them a solution, and then their immediate retort is, oh, but I can't because of this, oh, but I can't because of that, right? It's almost like they're looking for more problems constantly. And this is someone who's close to you as well, Libra, which is why it's affecting you this week. because it is someone who is very, very close to you. It's like a child that isn't listening, right? They seem to think that they know everything. They seem to think that they know much more than what they actually do. You know, quite arrogant. And then you've got this Nine of Cups here, which is your happiness, your wish fulfillment. That's where your focus needs to be. What's working for you at this time? Independence, yeah. Consider taking a temporary hiatus away from whoever this individual is, Libra. Okay. Your fierce independent streak is your major, major strength this week. Yeah, Queen of Wands, there's your charisma. It's right there. So independence, charisma, ideas, creativity, abundance, drive, passion. That's all what's working for you. Can you tell us more? Nice. Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles has come out twice here. Support. Yeah, it is support. Four of Wands and a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Support, loving support, kind support. Very, very different from an echo chamber. Really different from an echo chamber. You're getting support. I feel some of you are getting support from your local community here. You could be embarking on a community project. Can you tell us more about this for? Thank you. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. That's your independence. And the Moon. It's under there. Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, the Two of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is reading to me as you realizing that what you're trying to do over here with this egotistical individual, in spite of your best efforts, it's not going to work. Looks to me like you take your metaphorical seeds and start planting them elsewhere where they are going to be appreciated, okay, where your skills, your talents, your just you as a person, you're taking yourself someplace else where you are actually going to be appreciated and well received, okay. From that point on, it's indicating to me that there's a strange turn of events here, right? With the Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower, Two of Swords. The situation that you predicted for this individual over there actually does happen. They don't see it coming. They don't see it coming. And then they end up stuck at an impasse, not knowing what to do. Okay? It's very, very strange. Yeah, Temperance, Magician, Five of Pentacles, the Star, Justice, the Hermit. That's your major arcana there. So, yeah, you remaining humble, even though you predicted that this situation was going to play out the way that it did for that person. Do you know what I mean? It's like you not rushing over and going, I told you so, I told you so. You're not doing that at all. So I do get the impression that for a small handful of you guys, this is like one of your kids or something, right? Or someone that you've taken under your wing as if it were your own child. Do you know what I mean? Because you've definitely predicted that a situation was going to turn out badly for them if they didn't do things the right way, if they didn't start, coming out of this victim energy. You predicted that shit was going to get worse for them, and lo and behold, it starts getting worse for them. So in the meanwhile, take your skills and your talents elsewhere where they are actually going to be appreciated. Okay. I wish I could get more... Whoa. Random. I wish I could get more information for you than that. But it is what it is. Okay. I can't force the messages to come out, basically. Just in case anyone's wondering, my coordination, it's been wonky all week, okay? Just a couple of minor issues going on with the old brain. Not a problem, though. It just makes for awkward deck handling. I'm sure you guys understand, okay? You've got Sky Dancers that came out squiffy, and it says surrender, which I find absolutely fascinating, because the whole thing is you don't like to feel as if you've given up on someone. That's why it came out squiffy. Okay, it's not you giving up on them, Libra. It's you stepping back. And it is different from giving up on someone, right? You can't fix anyone that doesn't want to be fixed. You can't help anyone that doesn't want to be helped. Okay. You are going to have to step back from that individual. You got skywriting the fates, so we're going to take the full healing message for you for that one. And then you've got first breath, beginner's mind. So starting anything from scratch is going to be hard. It is going to be difficult. What is it they say? The first step is the hardest, right? This is you taking those first steps towards what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to focus on right now. Breathe life into your ideas, okay? Because your ideas, again, they're seeds. They'll never grow, they'll never develop into anything if you don't start planting them and nurturing them, okay? Breathe life into your plans, into your ideas. Right, so let's get you the full healing message for this one. It's number 49. Skywriting. This one says the fates that which we cannot change and non-judgment. It is written in the sky that you have a destiny. You're being invited to explore certain aspects of life that is unique to you and you alone. That does not mean that your path will be easy or paved with gold and littered with diamonds, nor does this predict that your journey will be treacherous. It is just your path, with parts that cannot be changed and must be radically accepted as they are. In this way, whatever you're faced with, every single aspect of your life is perfect in its imperfection. It isn't good or bad, neither in flow nor blocked, this nor that. See your life as a series of opportunities rather than an obstacle course. And once you master the skill of non-judgment, you open to the power of curiosity, unencumbered by the burdens of yesterday's fear, as you look ahead into the potential of the future. Yes, you do still need to be brave, but right now you're facing a critical moment in time, with an opportunity to meet your fate, a choice point where you expand your influence and your capacity for abundance, love, and purposeful action. Now is the moment to leap into it, whether it be a heart connection or a call to creativity or a new identity in your work or another area of life, and do it all with your heart and soul. Your success is surely written in the stars. In order to bring your destiny to fruition, you must jump into the adventure with both feet and do your part. Yeah. Like literally breathe life into your plans and your ideas. Right? Okay, so let's get you a light-hearted message from the shitty deck, just to Uplift this energy a little bit. Okay. Right, what else for Libra, please? Again, I do apologise for my coordination issues. It's just something that happens from time to time. Right, all the good ones are a little crazy and have been through some terrible shit that could have broken them. But instead of playing the victim, they've transmuted their shit into some incredible growth. Yeah. And that's the utterly frustrating thing about this whole situation, is there is somebody around you who is determined to forever be stuck in that victim mentality. And because of that, they won't grow. And it's such a shame, because it is a waste of a life, right? And it's not, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, because I don't want to make it sound like you're judging them. You're not judging them. It's more of, you're kind of looking at them and scratching your head and going, fucking hell. They're stuck in victim mode over that. Really? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, they might well be having a hard time of it, but, and again, to avoid comparisons, kind of compared to others, maybe they are quite privileged, right? I don't really like that comparison, because someone's pain is their pain, right? It's not for us to make those comparisons, but you can kind of see what I mean, right? It's a difficult one, because, like I said, you cannot do someone else's healing work for them. The only thing that you can do, Libra, is make sure that you're, I guess, using them as an example of why it's imperative not to get stuck in the victim mentality, right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.